This is the JJO Morning Show podcast with Johnny and D. Listen, rate, subscribe.
Now, someone in New York turned a leaky fire hydrant into a makeshift koi pond. Now, I'm not sure that's accurate because I think it's actually more of a goldfish pond. But anyway, it's caused a whole lot of drama. The hydrant is in the Bed-Stuy neighborhood. It's a neighborhood in Brooklyn. It's not clear if it was already leaking or if someone opened up the hydrant. But earlier this month, a guy bought 100 goldfish at a pet store for $16 and then dumped them into the puddle by the hydrant. And they have been absolutely friggin' thriving.
Well, goldfish can live in anything.
Yeah.
We've proven that via the county fair.
100%. I've thrown them in the horse tanks before.
I don't know if that's animal abuse. They're pretty sturdy, sturdy fish.
A group of neighbors have been feeding them 3 times a day, and it has become a local landmark after videos have gone viral. So people are showing up to feed the fish and take pictures. Some people are calling it the Bed-Stuy Aquarium.
And it's a leaking fire hydrant.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
And then there's,
what's going to happen when they fix the hydrant?
Right. The city of New York does not love the idea. They say the leaky hydrant could impact the availability of water, and if there is a fire, it could affect the water pressure within the whole system. All of that makes sense, right? So they've sent workers out to turn it off multiple times, but people keep turning it back on to save the fish. And keep the puddle from drying up. So the city put out a statement saying, we love goldfish also, but we know there is a better home for them than on the sidewalk. And it sounds like the better home idea might actually catch on eventually because you think about it, it's going to get cold, right? The people who have been feeding the fish say they're going to distribute them to kids around the neighborhood if they need to, but they'd like to keep the pond going as long as possible. Someone did start a GoFundMe hoping to raise enough money to make it a permanent tourist attraction, but that seems like a pretty far-fetched idea because of wintertime.
So they're refilling it by, screwing around with the hydrant?
Yeah.
Isn't that a law? Isn't there a law against that?
Well, you're going to have to catch them.
Oh. Yeah, it's just got the old screw on it.
Yeah. The old nut.
Enough about your mom. Man, so the pop-up koi pond. So that's your headline. Now I understand it. I wondered what the hell was going on there.
Yeah, things like birds, dogs, cats, and, of course, rats.
Oh, I was going to say.
New York City rats.
I was just going to say, what about cats, rats, fox, city fox? I mean, you got all kinds of weirdos.
100%.
Running around.
And, of course, people have also been stealing the fish, either to save them or take them home as souvenirs.
I mean,
That's a wild story.
As a goldfish, would you rather have a chance at freedom living out in the wild, or would you rather be in a Walmart fish tank all day?
Would I rather be living in a puddle on a sidewalk in New York City or in a Walmart fish tank? I would rather be in the Walmart fish tank.
Maybe. Ain't there a GoFundMe that we can...
There is a GoFundMe, but I would not give to it. They're trying to raise enough money to make it a permanent tourist attraction. That's crazy because that can't happen.
That reminds me of the New York pizza rat.
Yes.
Remember that thing that was carrying around that giant slice of pizza?
Yeah.
So the battle over the pop-up koi pond.
That's crazy.
That's hilarious,
man. Dude.
They're goldfish. I don't know. How long does a goldfish live? A while, I guess.
Well, it all depends.
Yeah. We have a goldfish. Taking pretty good care of it. I mean, eventually it's going to rain and it's going to flood the fish out. You're going to get a hell of a storm and the fish are going to get washed out.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot to unpack
and
here.
It's going to get cold.
And it's going to get cold. They're going to eventually die.
Yeah.
I don't know. A pond on a sidewalk.
Which I will say, so I did last summer God, what did I get? Did I get 30 goldfish? And I distributed them amongst, 3 different stock tanks at the old farm I was at for the water tanks for the horses. And there was like 6 fish that lived way longer than they should have.
Oh.
Like way, way longer.
Right. They're tough, man.
Yeah, dude. It was crazy. they can be hardy mofos.
I mean, we have that little aerator thing on top.
Yeah.
We bought one of those and it's actually growing.
Mm-hmm.
The damn thing's growing.
Oh yeah, dude.
So we're not overfeeding it, but they flourish given the right minimal circumstance.
Mm-hmm.
I think goldfish flourish. So who knows what's going to happen to these little dudes?
Yeah.
Well, now I want to help.
Well, you can't help.
I can't help.
No.
Well, it's going to get cold. So somebody's got to go out there and unscrew that thing and keep that little pond full.
Well, they're gonna probably distribute the fish to kids in the neighborhood.
And think about how cold that water probably is.
Yeah.
And they're still alive.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be kind of cool as a kid to have a world famous pop-up koi pond fire hydrant
Goldfish.
fish.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, totally. But that's so cool because that's so New York. Those neighborhoods are. New York is so huge, but those neighborhoods are so small.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
They're so intertwined and they're so close. I don't know. It's a pretty. New York is a very cool city.
This is how a great horror movie starts. You've got a 40-foot goldfish living in the sewers of New York because somebody dumped them into a pond on the
That's
sidewalk.
also how Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles started.
Yes, all that stuff.
People, relax.
What a complete waste
We are killing it online. Have you guys checked the comments?
of cyberspace.
Smoke That Skin Wagon says, you guys are killing it.
The JJO Morning Show Podcast.
We're internet sensations.
Johnny and D, nowhere but JJO.
You've seen them in horror movies.
My God, he's got a machete.
Skits on Saturday Night Live.
Let me cut that sandwich for you.
Okay. And Looney Tunes for years.
Yeah, that's a big knife, Doc.
Just what is it about a machete? It's time to talk about it. The JJO Morning Show's A Touch of Machete.
Dude, this one hits close to home. Madison police
He's
arrested.
standing right behind you.
Madison police arrested a 57-year-old man Monday morning
Well, he's old enough to know better.
after they said he pulled out a machete following an argument with another person. Officers were dispatched to the 4,000 block of Nakusa Trail about 10:15 in the a.m. Man was arrested for disorderly conduct while armed and on a probation hold. Holy guacamole.
Do you feel like machete threats are done in a sober state more than like dudes with knives at bar time? I mean, people with machetes are a special kind of crazy and generally sober.
Yeah. Well,
In my opinion, the way gleaning from the stories I hear, like all times of the day, like there's never a bad time for a machete.
yeah. Well, I have my machete with me.
I know you do. I don't know where you're hiding it, but you're leaning to one side over there.
No.
Is it in your bosom?
It's in my car.
I thought you were going to say crotch. I'm like, that's a circus act right there.
It is. You've heard of a sword swallower.
She's the notorious crotch machete swallower. Coming to the Corn Festival. 2 shows.
Leave Cornfest out of this.
Oh, I hope they're not coming in today. Wait, are they coming in today?
No, they're in Friday.
No. Hey, they'll take any plug they can get. They're cool. They're cool. So you're okay. Very nice. When we do a machete story, we got to be sponsored by Home Depot or
Fiskars.
Harbor Freight or Fiskars or something.
Yeah.
Give them a little. See,
The
there's
Fiskars?
isn't it Fiskars
I don't know.
or is it Fiskars?
I don't know.
I thought it was Fiskars. Somebody help me. Which is weird. I just bought some trimming shears, and I said these are fine Fiskars. Man, I probably look like. No wonder that lady looked at me like an idiot. She's like, "You're not Swedish, are you?" I said, "No, I'm from Windsor."
Fiskars.
I've been saying it. Oh my God. Well, where's your Fiskars?
They're like, what?
Like, dude,
Fiskars.
are you sure? Is that the car, or is that the trimming?
I just typed in, how do you say Fiskars?
Maybe the car is Fiskars.
I don't know.
Oh my gosh. All right.
That's okay.
I'll work on
I have
that.
another machete story.
Wait. Hello?
JJO?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one's which?
Hey, yo, you know that machete arrest you were just talking about?
Is that
Yeah.
you? Is that you?
No, it was not me, but that is definitely not a sober house.
Oh, here we go. I like when
yes.
I like when the neighbor calls.
Salivating.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
Juicy.
Tell me more. Not a sober house. Tell me what goes on there that somebody would whip out a machete at 10 in the morning.
Definitely some substance abuse, and right across the street from that Walmart over off Nakusa as well.
Ah, yes, I know where you're at. Yep. Okay.
So
Fun times.
so what else have you seen over there?
Nothing good.
Nothing good. Lots of weird stuff.
Okay. All right. So first time machete for you with the neighbor, or have you seen this before?
I've never seen it before, but
There you
you
go.
see a lot of weird things out on delivery.
All right. Oh, there you go. All right, man. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
All right. We got eyes on the street, dude. I got eyes on the street. I got like people everywhere.
Yeah.
These are what do they call them?
Word on the street.
They're my runners. They're my snitches. Snitches ain't bitches.
No, the snitches are different.
Well, he's a little radio.
This is word on the street.
He's a
Snitches are different.
I call him Gossipin' Gary.
Yeah. I like that.
A machete at 10 in the morning.
Oh, it's so early. Jim brought up a good point. Machete users generally sober, but not necessarily mentally stable.
Exactly. I knew what was coming out of your mouth. Sober, but I suppose we're kind of crazy. So, yeah, I guess so. Well, in this case, it might be a little bit of both. I don't know.
I have another one out of Nashville.
I like ours better.
Yeah. A man accused of following people around with a machete in a parking lot. South Nashville business is in custody, facing felony charges. The incident took place just before 8:30 p.m. on Monday. Metro Nashville Police Department said officers were sent to the area after receiving reports that a man identified as 43-year-old David Cole was following people around with a machete in the parking lot of a gas station and throwing merchandise at store employees. Cole was sweating profusely when they arrived on scene and was holding a machete. He was tased by officers and refused to follow commands and appeared to be under the influence of a narcotic. Yeah, sure. He was involved in other incidents before he is accused of arriving to the gas station with a machete. In fact, police reported Cole was driving a maroon Chrysler van earlier that night, which crashed into utility poles and nearly struck a civilian, but didn't, and that's good. In addition, an arrest report states Cole made a call for service earlier that day, telling dispatch that he'd been shot near a gas station. Oh, no. And was on the way to the hospital to receive treatment. However, staff at the hospital were like, no, nobody came in here with a gunshot wound. So he was booked into jail, and his blood was drawn. He's got 2 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, making a false report, aggravated reckless driving, leaving the scene of an accident, driving under the influence, resisting arrest, and failure to report an accident. So he's being held on an $84,000 bond.
Yikes.
That's a big one. Ay.
Well, machetes are classified as tools, right? So can you walk into a Culver's with a machete on your hip? Would that bother people?
No, I don't know. I mean, I know you can walk into Culver's with a gun on your hip.
We know this. We know this. We have tested this theory out.
We have.
Might be some bears in the Culver's. You never know when you need a rifle in the Culver's. Dumbass. God. I'm testing out my constitutional rights by scaring the hell out of all these old ladies.
Well, what made it bad was that the officers that arrived didn't know that open carry was legal.
That's not my point. Just read the room, dude. Stop
I know.
making people scared.
I know.
God.
I know.
It's a little crazy everywhere. You don't have to make it worse.
The people were like, I'm just here for my 2-piece cod. For Christ's sake.
I'd rather not sit next to the great elk hunter. He worries me over here.
An elk hunt?
Yeah, the elk hunt. He was on the elk hunt and taking no chances. Oh, you.
I know.
I don't know, man. It's not. Is it that important? That's all I'm asking. Is it really that important to you to test it out at a Culver's? Is it really that important?
For you and I, no. It appears to be some sort of flex for others.
I understand that.
JJO Machete Night at Culver's. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. That's a terrible idea.
Well, it'll keep you sharp, as we say. You'll. I don't know. So if I'm sitting at Culver's and a dude walks in with a machete on his hip, what's my play?
I just go out the other door.
Yeah, I mean, you always think the worst, right?
Yeah.
I mean, of course you do. I mean, look what's going on. I mean, people are nuts, man.
Yeah.
And you prepare for the worst, hope for the best.
Mm-hmm.
That's rule number one. That's your rule. That's how you got to go into these things. That's not saying you're paranoid and you're some communist and you're not a patriot. There's crazy people everywhere. That's all.
We thought uploading to the cloud was something completely different. The JJO Morning Show Podcast. Johnny and D, JJO.
Okay, so I'm going to play this report. It's from San Francisco. First of all, it features a person that some of you may remember. It's Randall White.
Oh, yeah.
He used to be on NBC 15. He worked the morning show when I worked the morning show over there.
Goodness gracious.
So I was the editor, like the video editor. I made the VOSAT packages.
Did you ever type fart in the middle of like a machete story or anything?
No. So they would type up their stories for the prompter.
Mm-hmm.
The reporters would. And sometimes I would be in charge of running the prompter sometimes.
Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. They put you in charge of something?
Yeah. And then sometimes I would run the camera.
What?
Yeah.
Did you ever take a selfie? Could you reverse that like a selfie feature when you were actually...
I'm pretty sure I'd get fired for that.
Wouldn't that be funny?
Pretty sure that would be
funny.
funny.
And now let's go back to, what was his name?
Randall White.
Let's go back to Randall White, and then you self-reverse selfie yourself.
Hey,
what's up? What's up, Matt Town?
But I wouldn't be mic'd, so it wouldn't, yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. But anyway, so Randall White's in this story, but it's about these Waymo cars. So Waymo is like a taxi service. It's a self-driving taxi service. So, yeah, you can order a Waymo to come and get you. And then they have like a Waymo parking lot. So all the Waymo cars are in a Waymo parking lot.
Sure.
And then you hail you order your Waymo taxi from your phone, and then it pulls out of the Waymo lot.
This is San Francisco.
Yeah.
Now, caveat, I'm going to be in San Francisco in a couple of months. Is San Francisco a crime-riddled mess?
I'm sure certain areas are.
Has anybody got a hot take on that? We're going to stay down at the pier thing. What's the where all the people stay? I'm
sure if it's where rich white people stay, you'll be fine. Yeah.
Well, it's where you get on to take the boat over to Alcatraz.
Okay.
Pier, what's that called?
I don't know.
The little pier people.
Pierce Bronston.
I'm going to stay at Pierce Bronston's house. No. Has anybody been to San Francisco? Are we safe? Should I go to Chinatown?
I think you're fine, dude.
Okay.
I know there's certain areas that smell like piss. I know that much.
Is your mom going to be there?
Anyway, so there's been issues with these Waymo cars honking at each other in the middle of the night. PC2, we're going to roll the beautiful bean footage.
For the past few weeks, Randall White has been dealing with a persistent and annoying problem right outside his San Francisco condo.
So I was like, where's that coming from? I looked down, and I was like, I think it's coming from the Waymo cars.
This parking lot full of driverless Waymo cars has had multiple incidents where suddenly the vehicles become confused and start honking all at each other. White says he heard it for the first time about 2 weeks ago after he was woken up around 4 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
Then it happened again.
Here.
and again.
Look at it, just
And I
time.
started thinking, well, this is an issue.
White isn't the only one who's had issues with the noises either. Several people who live in the buildings nearby the parking lot have also had similar complaints.
Over the past 2 weeks, I've been woken up more times overnight than I have combined over 20 years.
Russell Pofsky lives in a building adjacent to White. He says the honking incidents have happened at random times during both the day and night and have started to take a toll on him.
I could not be more cranky today.
No.
For a Monday. After these past 2 weeks, it's really at a high level. It's just really,
I want that sound bite.
It's tough. It affects the way you feel.
White says he and others have reached out to Waymo about the issue. In a statement sent to ABC7 News, Waymo says, quote, "We are aware that in some scenarios, our vehicles may honk while navigating our parking lots. We have identified the cause and are in the process of implementing a fix." White says Monday afternoon was the first time the honking seems to have gotten better. Despite the inconvenience, he tells me he's still a fan of the autonomous vehicle company and uses the cars on a regular basis.
And so I was all about it until the honking started. And all I really want is resolution.
In San Francisco, Jim Johns, ABC 7 News.
I want that sound bite.
I have not been more cranky.
I've never been more cranky.
It's an all-time
Monday.
high.
That is, that's. He speaks for the world. He speaks for the world. What a first world problem, though.
I know.
Cars honking at each other.
Yeah.
I think I would go slowly insane.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause you're just waiting for the next.
Yep.
Dreading and waiting.
And there's no regularity to it.
Right. We were in, after Jackal played out at Jackal Night there at the Full Throttle Saloon last week. And so we were down there, show ended, whatever, 12:31. And we get back to the camper, and this dude starts revving his bike. Of course, there's 1,000 bikes leaving. Okay, fine.
Yep.
I'll give you an hour. And then it quiets down. Then the dude starts in. Like on an egg timer. Every 10 minutes, he'd fire that thing up. I was laying there at 3 in the morning going, I am going to murder somebody. I'm going to go out and murder somebody.
Yep.
And the guy I bet it went on till 5 in the morning.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
It was like they took turns. I don't know. If somebody lost the bet, they had to stay on their bike. I don't know. It drove me insane. I'm like, my God. Because I love the sound of a motorcycle.
Right.
Not at 10-minute intervals.
No.
All night.
It's just enough, man.
When we're going to get up at 5 in the morning and come home.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing. People are trying to...
You didn't hear that?
No.
Oh, my God.
We, No.
Oh, you had your earmuffs on, so to speak.
Yes.
Good.
Yes, I did.
I know what that means. Baby making time. I can't believe you didn't hear that.
I was out.
I was literally laying there awake going, wait for it. 3, 2, 1, fired it right back up again.
Yeah, no. No, I I took my night pill and my edible and put my earmuffs on.
Off to Never Land.
There's no disturbance.
Exit light. Okay, let me see here. Hello.
Hey, honk if you're horny.
Yeah,
buddy. Who horny? You horny? Everybody horny. Hi.
Hey, maybe they were just trying to compensate for something.
Compensate for something?
Yeah.
You mean
revving up their engines? Hey, guess the size of my... Oh.
Oh, we're talking about Sturgis. Okay, gotcha. Fair. Hey, that might be more accurate than you think.
Pier 39.
Yeah, Fisherman's Wharf. That's where we're going. What'd they say? Are we in trouble? Are we
Just said
good?
Pier 39, dude.
I know there's a homeless sitch down there, but...
Oh, yeah.
And then, of course, I swear to God, everywhere we go, we're doomed. Because we're going to drive down the Big Sur. We're going to stay in Carmel for a couple of nights. And there was just a giant mudslide on the way to Big Sur. Did you see that?
No.
They're not going to get to even touch that thing till next year.
Oh, no.
Right there on Highway 1.
Sorry.
Mudslide, winter storms, or whatever. No, wait, it's summer.
Yeah.
Wait, what could it be?
Oh, seasonal.
Seasonal allergies. So that might screw that part of our trip up.
Mm-hmm. It looks like you're fine.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Fisherman's Wharf's okay?
Yeah.
We're staying at a pretty swanky hotel, I have to say.
Right.
It's got a wine bar.
Pretend like you're hanging in the hood, for Christ's sake.
And how's Chinatown? Is that good? That looks like fun.
I'm sure you're fine. Just be smart.
Yeah, I'm going to go over there.
I know it's hard for you, but
hang out and get some good food.
Yeah.
Pretty pumped. Where do you not go in San Francisco?
Okay. I'm going to put places for tourists to avoid in San Francisco.
I hope my hotel name doesn't pop up. That'd be horrible.
The Tenderloin District.
Ooh, but that sounds delicious.
It's a neighborhood with a high crime rate as well as illegal drug dealing.
That's any steak. If there's a steak, I'm still going. No tenderloin.
No.
All right. The Tenderloin District.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's because they pulverize humans that don't belong there.
Areas to avoid Bayview and Hunters Point.
Okay. I was going to say tenderize.
Tenderloin, The Mission.
Okay.
Soma, Golden Gate Park. You want me to send you this list?
Yeah, actually.
Okay.
But I assume tourists out there just do the loop, Fisherman's Wharf, Chinatown.
Well, and if you're Ubering, your Uber person's probably going to be like, no, dude, you don't want to go there.
WAPO says no go.
Yeah.
WAPO no go. WAPO no go. Tenderloin. Now I'm speaking he actually speaks in a Native American voice. It's incredible.
It's terrible.
WAPO say no to Tenderloin.
Oh, no, that's awful. You can't talk like that.
Hi, how's it going?
Yo, Dingler, San Francisco, watch out for your cone hole. There's a lot of booty bandits out there.
Booty bandits. I have been warned. Hello?
Hey, San Francisco's perfectly safe.
Why were you there?
I had family that lived out there, so we'd go out there and try to get out there once a year.
Did your aunt live in the Tenderloin District by any chance?
I think we went to a restaurant once in that area. That was fine. Riding the BART, it's kind of fun hanging around the BART stations and people watching.
Yeah.
You just try to avoid the people that are talking to themselves.
Yeah, we're going to do
I feel like you're going to be just fine.
We're going to do a little sunset cruise and go look at the seals, I guess. We're going to do all the dumb stuff.
Yeah. No, Fisherman's Wharf, there's some fun stuff down there. Last time we were out there, we did the submarine tour, and that was really cool.
They have a submarine?
There's a submarine. You can do a little self-guided tour on that. It was us and two other people were the only ones on the submarine.
Cool.
That was kind of cool.
That's pretty cool.
And then
Is it
Alcatraz, that was a fun trip too.
If there's more than what would make that full of semen? More than two guys taking the tour, or just one guy?
And then they actually rescued a bunch of Australians, so they had an extra 30 or 40 guys on the submarine for a couple of weeks, which I don't know how they did. The submarine was tiny. They were all crammed in there together.
Then it would be full of semen.
So they lived on the sub?
They did. They rescued. It was during World War II. They rescued.
I see what you're saying.
Australian ship was sunk.
I was going to say, I thought it just happened last week. Why I'm like, that's worse than prison. Why would they put you on a sub? Oh, okay. All right, I got you.
San Francisco's great. You'll have a good time.
Good. Thank you. I appreciate you. I'm so excited.
Good.
I've never been to the West Coast.
What? Really?
No.
Oh, good.
No.
You'll have fun. You'll love it. You will love it. Oh, my God.
I'm gonna try to get although in November, I don't know if you can still golf in Carmel, but I'm gonna try to do that. But that sucks. I don't think I can go to Big Sur. I'm gonna run down the highway there at the Bixby Bridge.
Yeah.
Maybe throw a lucky penny off.
Yeah, I don't know. I love it out there. I want to go back.
You drove that highway?
Well, I drove PCH out from Malibu.
Oh, okay.
LA,
I see. So you just went up a ways.
Mm-hmm.
You just went up a little ways.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
Pretty excited. Once in a lifetime, probably.
Yeah. I want to do, the dream is to go from, the Ojai Valley all the way up.
Right.
All the way up.
Man, I want to say I'd like to do that because some of our finest wineries are in, our favorite wineries are in Oregon, but that makes you sound like a pretentious dick on the radio.
Well, you are what you eat.
Thanks, Lance. I appreciate that. What do you guys share the same brain over there? I was going to invite you to San Francisco, but not now.
No, you weren't.
Because you'll gay it up and then make a scene.
Well, we'll fit right in. It's fine.
Dumbing down your smartphone. One podcast at a time. Listen, rate, and subscribe. to the JJO Morning Show podcast. Get up with Johnny and D. JJO.
It's hump day and I'm moving just a little slow. My body knows I got 3 more days to go at a job filled with office politics and drama. Guess that's why I'm still in my pajamas. It's hump day again. It's hump, this is the end.
Happy hump day.
Thank you. Back at you.
So let's talk about some Gen Zers.
Oh.
Now we all know it's not as easy for Gen Z folks to be buying homes as it was for, the boomers and whatnot, right? Gen Z is happy to give up sex if it means they could own a home.
Oh, yeah. That's pathetic. Because I've had some weird... Go ahead. Go ahead.
That's according to Bloom Stories.
I'd rather have some really annoying roommates and be getting some freaky on.
Yeah. Half of adults in Gen Z would give up sex if affording a home was the end result. So that comes as the majority of Gen Z adults worry that they may never own a home.
Goodness gracious.
Home ownership isn't the only thing that Gen Z would trade sex for.
Here we go.
They would stop having sex for a pay raise at work.
Bacon.
They probably don't eat bacon.
For sure.
Well, just over a quarter would abstain if it meant just getting a promotion. Previous reports have shown that Gen Z is less interested in sex in general.
Okay.
So, and also in more of a precarious financial situation than older generations. So they're screwed in a different way.
Cool. I see what you did there.
Yeah. Millennials were even more interested in being celibate to gain upward mobility. Only about 32% of adults aged 35 to 44 would choose to remain sexually active over a house deposit, pay raise, or promotion. Older adults reported being more interested in continuing their active sex lives than furthering themselves financially or in their careers because they're pretty close to death anyway. Of those 45 and older, just under half would choose to have sex rather than buy a home. When looking at adults of all ages, there was definitely a gender divide.
Right.
Men were much more likely to refuse to give up sex. That is shocking whole stat here. 45% of men say they couldn't live without intercourse for a year, regardless of the reason. They could not live without it.
I saw that coming.
Only 23% of women agreed.
Now let's reverse it here.
Okay.
I would give up, but this is a weird one because this is my hall pass. But I would leave my wife and move in with my mother for a year if I could have
sex with your mom.
No. No. That's off the table today. I would give up sex with my wife and live with my mother to have 5 minutes alone with Jennifer Lawrence.
Wow.
I'm just laying my cards on the table.
And is Jennifer Lawrence conscious?
Well, she doesn't know anything about this yet. Okay. It's a secret negotiation. And she'll come around. Yeah, things you'd give up sex for. That's a great question. I would give up. Let me see if people agree with this. Let me talk to the golfers in the crowd. I would give up to shoot a 65 in a tournament and to win a tournament. Let's say I'm at the Oaks. I'm out there, and I'm in the club championship at the Oaks, Cottage Grove.
Okay.
I win the championship with a 40-foot putt to shoot a 63 from the tips. I would give up sex with my wife for that experience for 6 months.
Okay.
Okay, I feel like we're playing Name That Tune.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. What is your scenario?
Okay. Okay, we're doing give up sex for 6 months.
Well, whatever you think applies.
Well, you said 6 months.
Okay,
so
all right. We'll use that as the guide.
So, all right. So if I, okay. Oh no.
Have to do with a horse? Did you win the Olympics dressage?
No.
Or did you win the Olympics breakdancing?
Yeah. No, I'm not going upper level.
I think you breakdancing at the Olympics, your boobs would get in the way.
Yeah, boob dance. No. Okay. I'd give up.
Well, we're waiting.
All right. If I had to give up sex for 6 months.
Yes.
My house has to be paid off. My car has to be paid off.
Whoa! You are a horn dog. Holy crap!
It's quality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm getting free board and food for my horse.
Oh
for
man, you are
a whole
year.
Yeah.
You are out kicking your coverage here, dude.
Yeah. Well.
So you need all that to give it up. My God, you are. Well,
it's my cardio.
You're a machine, man. I didn't know you were so needy. I had no idea.
Yeah, well, I don't know what to tell you.
How long would you have sex if I gave you $100 bill right now?
How long would I have sex?
Could you go like a week?
Without it?
Yes.
For $100?
Yes. I mean, Mama got new shoes. Mama need a new bridle.
I guess I could go $100. I could go a week for $100.
Okay, all right, we're getting there.
Yeah, fine.
I tell you what, to tide you over, I'll let you sit on my lap. Okay. Anyways,
this is the worst negotiation ever.
This is what happens when your HR department no longer exists at Midwest Family Radio.
They dissolved HR and everything went down.
They just everybody started sleeping with everybody. It was incredible. I know you had a thing for Mrs. Hawk. I know that was going on.
We're meeting at Toby's later.
HR, see ya.
The JJO Morning Show podcast with Johnny and D. Listen, rate, subscribe. Catch a new show every Monday through Friday, 6 till 10 a.m. on 94.1 JJO or streaming anywhere in the JJO app. Johnny and D, nowhere but JJO.